Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Split Decision. I'm with Taku and Para today, and we'll be talking about our top 10 greatest NBA players of all time, and we'll be explaining who we think is the GOAT. So, hope you're looking forward to it. This is a bit of an interesting thing during this unfortunate time in the world. So, yeah, hopefully give you something to entertain.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All
right.
Straight into it.
Straight into it. So, who's our number 10?
Sounds good.
Who have we all got at number 10?
Probably you go first. You have number 10.
Number 10. Well, for my number 10, I'm going to go, the handle god himself, AI.
Oh,
you
what?
know? A lot of people would have put him higher, or maybe wouldn't even have him in his top 10. Hey, man, don't disrespect my top 10, right? Don't disrespect my top 10. Bro, AI, handle god. He may not have won a ring, right? But think about what he carried against Kobe, all right? Think about that. Kobe Bryant in his prime. Well, would you say that was his
he was
prime?
only like 21 at the time. 21, 22.
Yeah,
Probably it was AI's
out.
prime. It was AI's prime.
Yeah, because AI was what,
prime.
40
That's why he won MVP.
Yeah.
But Shaq and Kobe were balling out against him in the finals.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And AI was holding his own, that step over Ty Lue. Oh my god.
Bum ass Ty Lue.
Bro, he crossed up a guy twice in one play. I mean, if that doesn't scream handle god, I don't know what.
So you're telling me you named Allen Iverson number 10 in your top 10 because he crossed up Ty Lue.
I could cross up Ty Lue.
I just like his
George could cross up Ty Lue, bro.
Like anyone could cross up Ty Lue. It's Ty Lue.
It's Ty Lue, bro.
Hey, all right. Who wants to go next?
You go.
I had Wilt.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Now listen, this seems like hella low, but my reasons are. I'm mainly putting Wilt in because of respect. It's like you see all the records he had. You gotta sort of dude averaged 50 points per game. 50 points per game, has a 100-point game. I swear, every time there's a scoring record that anyone's coming close to in today's NBA, Wilt's done it 4 times. So it's and then
he's one of the
he's got obviously all those rebounds. He averaged 20 rebounds a game sometimes. Dude was the only reason why he's not high is because I never saw him play, and I haven't seen videos of him playing, so I can't personally say he's higher on my list.
Comment on that.
So this is mainly a respect sort of thing. I'm respecting Wilt for his greatness type thing. But
fair enough.
Dimos.
I have Hakeem at number 10. So I was thinking of putting him a bit higher.
Yeah.
But, he won those 2 championships with. He had good players around him, but he didn't have any real superstars. I think he did in his second run. He had Drexler, but obviously, he's won a couple of Defensive Players of the Year. Obviously, on All NBA. So, I probably could put him higher. So he's probably the one person on my list who I could put a bit higher. But go to number 10.
He had Kenny Smith, the Jet.
Oh, Kenny Smith.
Kenny the Jet Smith.
Kenny the Jet Smith. Flash.
Hey, he was actually all right.
Bro, I love hearing his comment. I love hearing his commentary on on 2K.
Okay. All right, number 9. Who's
number 9?
You go, George. You go first.
Yeah,
we're going to be a snake.
A separate time. Yeah.
All right, so I've got Wilt at number 9, and pretty much for the same reason as Taku, more for just respect, because obviously he had all those scoring records. He broke a lot of records, did amazing things, was an amazing athlete. So
I got Wilt higher.
So I've got him there for that reason, but why I wouldn't have him higher was he only won 2 championships, and he played in a generation where,
everyone's a plumber.
It was,
pretty much.
Mailman. But they were NBA players at night, mailmen during the day.
Exactly.
That's true.
And he was scoring 50 against him, but you still got to respect him. But,
yeah, facts.
Yeah, I'll put him. I could change Hakeem and Wilt.
Yeah,
So,
fair enough.
Yeah,
but I'll put him
enough. That's fair enough.
Look, I've got someone in here that's like very questionable. Well, not very questionable.
My
but
guy,
like, I wonder
your number 10 was questionable.
Blake Griffin or something.
You say Blake Griffin,
not Blake Griffin.
I'm coming to your house. You say Blake Griffin, I am coming to your house right now, and I will fight you if you say Blake Griffin.
Anyway. Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake Griffin.
So is it me? Number 9?
Yeah, yes. Number
9. I had Larry Bird.
Hey,
I'm not sure about you.
I can see
I'm
that.
not sure about you guys. Larry Bird, he's just an all-round great scorer. You know, he dominated in his time. He went up against some of the greatest. He had who did he go up against? Hakeem, Jordan, Magic, and he held his own. You know, how many did he win a ring? How many rings?
Yeah, he had 3. What? 3 rings?
He won 3. Yeah,
he won 3.
And he had 2 MVPs.
Was it 3 MVPs? I think it was 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
But then he was like second. Well. He was second heaps. Like him and Magic. Like
they went at it. That was the golden era for basketball.
They brought they brought it to the forefront. I reckon.
Facts.
That's facts.
It was going down.
I reckon they in America they brought it in America, and then Jordan just globalized it. Like everyone just like everyone wanted to be like everyone wanted to be like Mike. But yeah, I can see that. Larry Bird, I can see number 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 9. Yeah. You Taki?
My number 9.
That's all I have to say on Larry Bird. He's just a great all-round player. You know.
My number, I can see that. My number 9. I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. A lot of people say this is too low, but it's Bill Russell.
I can see that.
I don't even have him on the list.
My list is
I do. It's a bit higher though.
My list is based out of mine's more of the eye test of like videos I've seen and stuff. So again, I haven't seen you can't hate on 13 championships, even though he had
who else doing it?
Even though he had 7 Hall of Famers or something like that, but still it's legend stuff like that. 13 championships, it's legit called the Bill Russell Finals MVP award.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
he's the Finals MVP. So you can't really deny him. You know.
Yeah, fact. So he's number 9 for me. That's purely because again respect, and I didn't see any footage, so he can't be any higher than that for me.
I can respect that definitely.
So number 8, Taki, since you went last, you can go first.
Number 8, I have Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Yeah. You
know,
that.
I feel like if Jordan wasn't in the NBA, Hakeem would have so many more accolades than he does right now.
Yeah, but if Jordan wasn't in the NBA, then LeBron would be considered the GOAT.
True. So, but Hakeem, easily top 3 centers of all time, heavily slept on. It's a joke how many people sleep on Hakeem Olajuwon, bro.
He invented the shake and bake.
The shake and bake, bro. He put you in a washing machine.
Bro, he invented barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken was a thing.
He was so skilled.
On Hakeem, man.
And he beat Shaq in the finals. As in, they
True, exactly.
They were playing each other as well. They were guarding each other.
What, 94? Yeah, Shaq.
Yeah, it was
Hakeem gave him a bath.
Hakeem
legit, he did.
Eating all day. It was barbecue chicken.
I mean, Shaq was young. Hakeem was in his prime, but
still,
it don't matter.
And we can't understand Hakeem Olajuwon. I think he's one of the only people with the Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same year.
Yeah, is he the only one ever? No,
I think MJ has.
Yeah, MJ has.
I don't know. Did he win both in the same? I can't remember if he won both in the same year though.
I mean, yeah, but that's a valid point. I'll give you number 8. That's good number 8.
So Hakeem number 8.
You can go, George.
All right. Number 8, I'll have Tim Duncan. So
who?
We also know how Tim Duncan.
So
he obviously won
the big fundamental.
The big fundamental. 5-time champion. I think 2 MVPs and then 3 Finals MVPs.
I didn't have him on my list.
He was amazing, and he was a part of. Don't have Tim Duncan.
Man says Allen Iverson, but doesn't have Tim Duncan.
No, but I like I like Allen Iverson. I don't really find Tim Duncan that attractive.
He's not, but he's
big
good.
Fundamental, bro. He's the big fundamental.
I don't find any basketball player attractive.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Pause.
Wait,
what? We find who attractive?
Shut the fuck up.
No, but
Just been getting confused this whole podcast.
Anyway, Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
He was a part of probably one of the greatest teams of all time, the 2014
dynasty.
Spurs.
Greatest teams of all time.
Hey, they were one of the greatest teams of all time, the 2014 Spurs.
Bro, that's like saying Allen Iverson is the number 10 greatest basketball.
They were. No, I swear they were. They were not just the players I had, but the actual way they played.
I wouldn't say they're the great. They're one of the greatest. Yeah.
You know,
the top 5 greatest teams of all time.
Even though they didn't win as much as they could have, they definitely have they have like the greatest dynasty. That whole 20-year period, Tim Duncan was in San Antonio. That dynasty.
He made San Antonio.
Yeah, facts.
Him and what's his name? David Robinson. He was
David Robinson, and then Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, and definitely Pop.
So many international players. Pop was the greatest. Pop has probably got to go down as one of the greatest of all time.
Nah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah,
he's
greatest
the
GOAT.
Besides
Phil Jackson.
Besides Phil Jackson, yeah.
Red Auerbach, like.
David Fizz. What's his name?
David Fizdale.
Oh my god, great coach. Solid coach.
And Tim Duncan, in his rookie season, you would not believe this, he made All NBA first team in his rookie season.
That's
God. I don't think anyone else has ever done that.
That is 2K stuff. Some changes.
That is 2K stuff. So
that is
amazing player.
So what is that? Was that number 8? That's number 8.
That was number 8. Yeah.
Okay, Parry, you go.
I had Wilt Chamberlain. I put him a bit higher than both of you guys.
Wait, George, did George say Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah, he said number 9.
Yeah, I had him at 9.
Number 9.
Oh, okay,
you had him 10.
Yeah.
George had him 9. I had him 8. I thought he should be a bit higher because he's just so dominant on the floor. You know, I know he played against plumbers and stuff, but some of the stories that you hear about him, like he used to bench 100 and something like kilos, was it? Have you heard those stories? Like
it's like 400 pounds or something.
Yeah, he used to go into like the gym with Arnold Schwarzenegger and like full bench shit like at the same weight as Arnold, and he wasn't even like steroids or anything.
And dude, did you hear the ones like after he played professional NBA until he was like 40? He played professional volleyball. I was like, bro.
Yeah, he started
a track runner. He did hurdles.
He started a whole league for volleyball.
Bro, this guy.
Bro, no, the strangest thing I heard was when he blocked someone so hard that they dislocated their collarbone.
Oh shit!
That makes sense.
During a game.
He was that strong.
He was just that dominant. But yeah, he was great defensively, great offensively. I just thought he should be number 8. You know, great all-round player. And like he didn't have the rings to back it up. But you know, I just thought his presence on the field was unmatched. You know, you don't get 100 points in the game for doing nothing.
I respect that.
But yeah, since I went last, I'm gonna go first. At number 7, I had Big Bill Russell, Big Billy. 11 rings. What was it? 13 rings or 11? I swear it's 11, not 13.
11. 13. No, is it 13? No, I think it's 11.
Yeah,
I think it's 13 because they say you can't fit on his wallies on 11. No, do I? Go on.
Wait, what were you saying? What were you saying?
You only got 10.
What were you saying?
Bro, who else fits 11 rings on that?
I was saying it's 13 because they say you can't fit 13 rings on your fingers, but I just realised you can't fit 11 either. So don't worry about that. Go on. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Let's go on.
Yeah, no, Bill Russell.
I mean, you might have had 11 fingers.
It's 11. No, shut up.
It's 11. I know it's 11 because I read the two, like, in 2K when you can search up the previous like MVP winners.
Mm.
Yeah, I just go on. That's why I know most of my basketball knowledge because of 2K.
Just 2K.
But yeah, I mean, 11 rings. What more do you want to say? Finals MVP named after him, and that's all I'm gonna say for him. Just another great all-round center. Probably top 3 greatest center of all time. Would you say?
Nah.
No?
No.
Because you've got Shaq, Hakeem, Wilt,
Kareem
for me. Oh, Kareem, bro.
Yeah.
Kareem.
Do you have Kareem? Do you have Kareem in your top 10?
Yeah, I have Kareem in my top 10.
Yeah, I've got Kareem in my top 10.
Alright, damn, bro.
Alright, who's number 7 for you, Taku?
Number 7 for me, it's got to be Larry Bird, you know? Larry Bird for me is number 7. As we said, dude, I think he like brought like white people to the game.
Facts.
And pretty much everything Paris said, like, 3 MVPs, 3 championships, could have had way more if Magic Johnson wasn't in the league. And then not even talk about his college career as well. Dude just baller straight up. And then he was like legit the OG 3-point shooter as well.
That's true.
Did he win like the first 3-point contests or something?
Did you hear the story where he pulled up in his warm-up jacket and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna win this," and then he won the whole thing. And he won the whole thing in his warm-up jacket. Didn't take off his warm-up jacket.
What a time! He was ahead of his time.
He's just a beast.
That's king things right there.
He's just a beast. What more do you want from him?
So Ben, Larry Bird is what my number? Is that number 7?
Yeah, that was number 7. What about you, George?
So I've also got Larry Bird at number 7.
Nice.
So I think there was a time in the mid-'80s where he won 3 MVPs in a row, and people were saying, "Oh, this guy's the greatest of all time."
That's true.
So
there
was a time, when they were saying he was the greatest of all time, and also same as Tim Duncan. I did not know this, but in his rookie year, he also made All NBA first team.
Hey,
so
really?
that's another pretty cool accomplishment. A lot of people can't do. He was really clutch as well. One of the clutchest players of all time. A lot of people say, like, who do you want the ball? Whose hands you want the ball in? And they always say, Larry Bird. In the last 10 seconds or whatever, he's obviously up there with Kobe, MJ. Who you want? Who you want in the clutch? So very underrated. I could also put him a bit higher, but
I know it's top. My top 5's pretty. Like, I reckon my top 5 is solid.
Bro, I think we're going to be having some suspect questions about your top 5.
No. My top 5 is like the basic.
It's solid.
Mine's like a basic top 5. All right, who else hasn't said their number 7? Have you said your 7, Taki?
Yeah, I said my 7.
So do I go to 6?
Yeah, number 6. Number 6.
At 6, I don't know if I'll get hated for this, but I've got Kobe at 6, and I've got Shaq at.
Ooh.
And don't say where you got Shaq. Don't spoil it.
Don't say yeah.
Okay. That's right. But Kobe's at 6, but can easily move up. Obviously, 5-time champ. That's amazing. What was it? 2-time finals.
You can fit it all in one hand.
You can, unless you have 6 fingers on one hand. He's won an MVP.
Wait, what?
No, I was talking. No, I was making a joke from what I said last time with Bill Russell. I was making a joke.
I know, but you.
Cut that part out.
I'm not keeping it in.
No,
bro.
keep it in, my guy.
Dude doesn't know his fingers he's got.
All right. Continue.
Anyway, and what puts him so high is he's iconic. When he was playing, everyone knew him. He was, worldwide, an amazing player.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace as well.
Go.
Obviously, it was such sad news when we heard.
He got me into basketball, to be honest.
Yeah, he was that player that got everyone, especially with people internationally like us.
Yeah,
he was the person who got us into basketball. He was our MJ.
Yeah, facts.
So just as good as he was on the basketball court, he was
just as
iconic.
Good off it. Yeah,
off it, and he was iconic. And obviously, his Mamba mentality. It's something that everyone should, inspire to have. So
yeah, I don't think we'll ever see a player like that again. Just like all round.
Nah.
And his work
godly. His work ethic is
crazy.
insane. Besides probably Giannis, I reckon. Giannis is the only person that can compare to his work ethic.
As well.
Bro, he's got some great potential, Giannis, to be a serious contender for GOAT if he had a 3-point game.
But he's developing.
He has a decent 3-point game.
He's actually developing it.
He's actually working on it. Unlike half the players that they just want the paycheck. They just want the paycheck, man.
But
Ben Simmons such a...
but Ben Simmons gonna be on the podcast soon, so no hate. Love you, Ben. Bro.
Yeah, we love you, Ben.
Yeah. Can I do I want to sub. I want to rearrange my list now. I'm kicking Bill Russell out. My bad. Bill Russell's 11. Hakeem's going down to 9. Larry Bird's going down to 8. We're up to 7, are we, or 6?
We're up to 6.
All right. So number 6 for me is Wardell Stephen Curry.
Oh,
really?
Just for some controversy,
That's
I'm not going to say
that's controversial.
I'm going to say because it's just a good pick. I didn't even consider Steph.
I'll give it to you.
I didn't even consider Steph.
I respect that.
I was thinking about it, but this is my reasoning. Steph Curry, we can all agree, second greatest point guard of all time.
Second?
Yeah,
who did you say first?
Magic. Magic's the greatest point guard of all time.
Fair enough.
Steph's number 2. And then Steph, greatest 3-point shooter of all time.
Facts.
Probably greatest shooter of all time. Easily the most selfless superstar. And then not even talk about the first unanimous MVP. And then easily
should have been LeBron in 2013, but that's.
Wait, what? First unanimous MVP?
Yeah, in 2016.
He won it. He got all the first place votes or something, didn't he?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that. Fair enough.
And then obviously then you've got 3 rings. It's an absolute travesty that he doesn't even have a Finals MVP.
Oh, how did Andre Iguodala
win it? 2015, he should have won it. 2015, he should have won it.
Iguodala, are you serious, man? Get out.
And then, so Steph Curry for me, 6th all time. And think about it, he's only 31, 32. And coming back next year with Clay, Draymond, with the whole crew, and possibly the number 1 pick. Think about possibly the number 1 pick with James Wiseman.
They'll trade it.
Imagine.
Would they trade the number 1 pick?
Bro, even if they trade it for an all-star center, GG.
True.
Get yourself an Andre. Even sign Andre Drummond in free agency, bro. Just get your man that can get rebounds.
Ever since
Wait, have you done your number 6?
No, I haven't done
Kara's number 6.
My number 6, going along with greatest point guard of all time, I had MJ. Very questionable.
Magic Johnson, number 6.
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
Wait, have you said Larry Bird yet?
Yeah, I said Larry Bird a while ago. I said him number 9.
So,
What did I say, number 9?
I think you did actually, yeah. You did.
I just like him. He's just been one of those players. He stepped on the court and the whole floor would spread. He always found the pass to go with what he needed. He was just one of those players where if you put the ball in his hands, you're getting a bucket. He was a guaranteed bucket. Whether he was scoring or someone else was scoring it. And he had a few MVPs, a few championship rings along the
3 MVPs, 5 championships.
Yeah, just along the way. But it's a shame that he retired. I think early, wasn't it? He was considered retired a bit too early. He got AIDS as well, which is pretty shit. Not much you can do there. I mean, bro, what can you
got AIDS?
Well, what'd you have to say like that? He got AIDS.
Pretty shit. What do you want to say? He got AIDS.
Could have said it was good.
Nah, I love it.
Nah, but what more? There's nothing more. Yeah. He had a very accomplished career, and I could put him higher, but he retired probably a bit too early for us to put him higher.
Apparently, he was starting to slow down at that point anyway.
It's a shame we never got to watch him.
So you wouldn't have.
My dad got to watch
it would have.
MJ versus MJ.
1991 finals when Michael Jordan was soaring through the air, switched hands.
Yeah, my dad got to see it because he used to travel to America a lot, and he watched that game live. I don't think it was that game specifically, but he watched them play. He watched them play against each other.
Imagine watching them live.
And he just goes, bro,
we need to go. We're going to America. We're watching NBA. We're going to watch the NBA.
He reckons it was mesmerizing watching them play.
Once this Corona shit's over.
Fuck Corona.
He reckons that watching MJ, both of them play, was mesmerizing. They were just so big and quick that he couldn't even believe what was happening in front of him.
Yeah, because Matt Johnson's 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'9", so he's taller than
Jordan's 6'6".
That's a joke, bro.
Yeah, that's my reasoning for number 6. Just another great player, probably the best point guard. I would have put him higher, but I reckon my top 5 is pretty solid. I don't think anyone's gonna, question my top 5.
My number 10,
my number 10 was a bit questionable. I'd probably take it back. I'd probably put Tim Duncan there. No, consider it. But my top 5. I don't know. My top 5, I could put it either way when I'm looking at it now. I got a few players that I'm sitting here thinking, all right, maybe he could go number 2, maybe he could go number 3. But anyway.
Okay, we're up to number 5.
Number 5. So my number 5, I have barbecue chicken, Shaquille O'Neal.
Superman. Well, that was his name, Superman.
Yep. I have was it Superman? No, it was Diesel. Shaq
Diesel. The Diesel.
I was going to say Superman is Dwight Howard, man.
No,
he's a DJ now.
Yeah, he's been a DJ for ages.
DJ Diesel.
DJ Diesel.
Have you seen his Instagram?
The Instagram video.
Let's go. That's what I'm gonna do.
Imagine seeing him at a club, like you just.
No, he's coming. He was coming to Australia.
He was supposed to come to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why, is it like a festival or like
I think it was a
club?
festival. No, he was doing a show, like you know how Dom Dollar does shows and stuff. He was doing like that.
I'd go to that. I think he does.
Yeah,
dubstep,
he does
though,
dubstep,
which is good.
I would still pull up, bro.
Dubstep.
Yeah, still pulled up. Just to say Shaq.
Too much for me. But yeah.
All
right, so Shaquille.
Anyway, go on.
Back to the main point. Shaquille O'Neal. Top. He's
four-time
he's
champion.
number 5 for me because he was the most dominant center in his period of time
of all time, bro. Oh, like other than Wilt.
What about Kareem?
But Kareem wasn't dominant. Like when I think of dominant, I think of Shaq just putting his shoulder in, just dunking on fools.
Fair enough. But yeah, so Shaq number 5. He's got heaps of rings to back it up. He's got
four rings, 3 finals MVPs.
He hasn't got an MVP, has he?
Yeah, he's one.
He was meant to win one this second year. Steve Nash won his, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, Kobe could have won that year or something, wasn't it?
No,
unfortunately, Steve Nash.
Kobe should have won 05. Kobe should have won 05 and Shaq should have won 06.
Yeah. Steve Nash didn't deserve his second one. That's what I'm going to say.
Shaq 06.
But yeah, he was comparable to Wilt Chamberlain in his time, even though he's better than Wilt Chamberlain now.
Shaq declined way too fast. That's the problem.
The problem was he changed to too many teams. That was his problem. Like he was the best at Orlando and the Lakers, but other than that, there's not many clubs that I go. I mean, so many teams that I go. Yeah, he was good there. Like Heat was the only time where I considered, maybe he was good. Like at that, like he was still good. Like
Phoenix
at his where he was.
Phoenix was okay, wasn't he?
Phoenix, Cleveland, Celtics.
But he won a ring at. I mean, because D Wade, but he won a ring at Heat.
Miami.
He was still alright that year.
But still pretty good. But that's the problem. He got fat and out of shape way too fast.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
So that's my number 5, Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, so who wants to go next?
Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I just realized I don't have Kareem on my list. How did I miss Kareem?
Oh,
the disrespect to Kareem.
The disrespect.
Kareem.
Oh, all right. Steph is out. I have to take
Steph is out.
Steph is out.
Steph was there.
Steph was in. Steph was out.
All right, who's number 5?
Who's number 5?
So number 6 for me now is Tim Duncan. Has to be. No, wait. No, it can't even be Tim Duncan.
Bro, I'm waiting for you to say Andrew Wiggins. And I'm going to start swinging.
What'd you say? Andrew Wiggins.
No, okay. Number 6 for me has to be Shaq now. And then number 5 has to be Magic Johnson. Irvin Magic Johnson. We already said why. 5-time champion, 3-time MVP, second greatest Laker of all time. No, it's not. He got laid. That's why he got AIDS.
Yeah. He got laid too many times.
Apparently that Lakers team just used to get around. And
it's a bit like Multi. Minus Riley.
Right,
Hey, soon. He reckons soon.
Spoiler.
I don't know who. Spoiler.
Spoon isn't coming.
So that's your number 5, George. What about you?
I've also got Shaq, like you, Parrot, number 5. Yeah. What is it? 4-time champion, 3-time Finals MVP. That's so just showed how good he was in the finals, especially with the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if he took care of his body more and worked on his free throws more, he could have been top 3 of all time.
Even then the GOAT. Oh, maybe not GOAT.
Not the GOAT.
No, but I reckon it would have been contention for the GOAT.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Definitely should have more than one MVP and most dominant player of all time. Yep. So yeah, easy number 5 there. Him and Kobe could switch with mine.
That's true.
So yeah, 5 or 6, they can definitely switch. Depends how I feel on the day.
All right. What about you, Taki?
Number 4. I already said mine. Number 5 was Magic. George, number 4.
Number 4 is the great Kareem. Abdul-Jabbar.
Cap. The captain.
Yeah. The captain, as they did call him. So I think, what is he, five-time champ? Yeah, five-time champ. I think he's a five-time MVP. Or no, six-time MVP.
Six-time MVP, yeah.
Six-time MVP.
Leader.
And he had one of the probably the most unstoppable shot of all time.
Yeah, fact.
Which is that little hook shot.
Bro, if I was a 7-footer, I'd call Cap up. I'd call Cream up and be like, teach me how to, like, as if no one else has tried to learn how to do that.
I think it's probably so
hard.
Plus, he had like the height and the wingspan. Like, who's that tall with that wingspan?
No,
he anyway, there's probably his players.
It's called the skyhook.
He was that skilled.
Yeah, skyhook.
That's crazy.
But then what? And Kareem, what? Number 1 in points, number 1 in field goals made, number 1 in total minutes in the NBA.
So what puts him ahead a bit more would be longevity as well.
Oh yeah, fact.
So that just makes him even greater. Because I think that should count how long you actually play for.
Yeah,
that should definitely count.
How you can sustain your body. Yeah,
exactly. Facts. And he did it for so long, and obviously won all those championships because he kept his body.
That's true.
Body right. So yeah. Definitely number. It was a number 4 for me.
Number 4.
Number 4. I also had Kareem. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was, back on what George said, just the best. All right, he's the best center of all time, in my opinion, to be honest. He's just did everything. Like, all-time leading scorer. How many times? No. How many times did he win the, what's it called? What do they call it when you have the most points per game?
Scoring champion.
Twice. Oh, wait, no.
He had it more, didn't he?
I don't know.
He had it twice,
Twice.
So only twice. So he was there for so long.
Yeah, it's just that longevity.
All-time leading scorer, though. Like, what you can't take that away from someone. No one's ever going. I don't think anyone's ever going to take over his all-time leading scorer anytime soon.
LeBron.
Is he number? What's he now? Number 3.
I don't know. Like, is he 3?
Number 3. Yeah.
Number 3. That's crazy. But yeah, what about you, Taku? Number 4.
You know what? We've all said Cap. I'm gonna. You know what? Stop Kareem, bro. I'm feeling controversial. Steph Curry's back.
Oh my god, bro.
Number 3.
Steph Curry, number 3. Nah, yeah. Obviously, it has to be Kareem. Kareem, when he retired, obviously was the greatest of all time, and then Michael came along and just, did the thing. So Kareem, obviously, number 4 for me. There's nothing else to add. 5-time champion, 6-time MVP, leading scorer. Like, dude was just bucket.
He was bucket man.
Time. Bucket man, bucket. My name's Kareem, and I'm a bucket. I have a bucket addiction.
That was such a bad joke. That was awful.
That's worse than mine.
What?
That was worse than
bad, bro.
That's bad. Come
what?
on.
No, George don't do that.
That wasn't even a joke.
Fingers.
Nah, that wasn't even a joke.
Number 3.
Number 3,
right, George, number 3. All right, me.
You go. Number 3.
Mine is Kobe Bean, Black Mamba.
God damn, you put him so low. What the hell? I wasn't expecting this. As much as I love him, it's subjectivity. Is it objectivity? Objectivity. I don't know the word. What are you trying to say?
Anyway.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Obviously. 5-time champion, 1-time MVP, which is an absolute joke. 4-time All-Star Game MVP, 2-time Finals MVP, retired third in all-time scoring, the greatest Laker of all time, the second greatest shooting guard of all time, and just the impact that he had on basketball.
On and off the court.
On and off the court. Especially for what he was just beginning to do for women's basketball.
He was taking him up.
As well as what he did for the NBA. So it's like
he was taking
nothing else you can say.
Kobe being would have been
third greatest player of all time.
Of basketball.
Should have been like the greatest NBA player of all time. Yeah, bro. She had a fadeaway.
But she would have been doing so much on and off the court by the time she reached WNBA. She would have been exactly like her dad.
Facts.
It's so sad to see them go.
Facts, man. No, I don't know. I don't want.
He's got 2 more daughters hopefully to take after him or something like that.
3. He's got 3 more.
Oh, she's got that's right.
Yeah, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. Come on, bro.
Italian people, am I right?
I'm just saying, LeBron's son marries one of Kobe's daughters.
Do you reckon LeBron would teach
Vanessa,
Vanessa. Play? That would be.
You reckon? But then
probably
that'd be gas.
Every NBA player in the world, every NBA fan in the world would be hype as. It'd be like the greatest thing for LeBron to do.
I feel like Kobe's a better. Kobe would be a better teacher at basketball, I reckon, because he's more skilled.
The cerebral approach that Kobe had was unmatched.
He'd be a much
he was
more
just he was locked in 24/7.
Big words. Facts.
All right, Kobe number 3. It's obviously who my top 2 are, but it depends on what order. Kobe, the three greatest basketballers of all time: Kobe, and LeBron, MJ. What more can you say? Kobe was the the student of Michael Jordan. Like his style of play was so similar to Michael Jordan's style of play. It was just a great player. That's all I can say. He was just a solid player, and it's so sad to see him go. But we can move on, and we can just appreciate what we had with him, with his 5 rings, 1 MVP, 2 Finals MVPs. And that's all I gotta say for him. Just a great player, another great player, another GOAT player, I should say, not great, a GOAT player.
GOAT. And then I think it's Dimos. Dimos obvious. Dimos like Kobe was 6.
After you guys talk, I'm gonna put Kobe 5, Shaq 6. You've kind of persuaded me a bit.
And you can't forget 12-time all defense, 11-time first team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He has the most first team all defensive votes. And then I think it's 13-time all NBA first team, and then 18-time all-star.
My favorite play from Kobe was when it was Kyrie. It was on a defensive end. Kyrie comes up to him when he's playing for the Cavs, and I think it was like the first year LeBron played with him or something. And he's trying to cross up Kobe Bryant, and Kobe just wasn't having any of it. He just blocks him so hard. It was so good. It was just a great play to watch. He was just such a great defensive player and offensive player. It was insane.
That's the thing.
George, who's your number 3?
Oh.
Magic. I've got Magic.
Interesting.
At number 3. Yeah, Magic Johnson. So, what is he, like a 5-time champion, which is amazing. 3-time MVP, 3-time Finals MVP.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I know he had a good team around him as well. He had kind of
Showtime Lakers.
Actually. The Showtime Lakers.
Did he have Byron Scott? I think he had Byron Scott.
Yeah,
as well.
James Worthy.
James Worthy. AC Green. Oh my.
AC Green. Yeah, very good team around him.
Big James. Jimmy Worth.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, James Worthy. It was like, I think he won Finals MVP 1 year. James Worthy as well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, Magic to do what he did. Obviously, all those accolades. Yeah, he's good, and he kind of revolutionized how point guard can be in a way. Because at the time, point guards were like 5'10" white guys.
They're like John Stockton, so they just sort of dribble, find the path. So Magic Johnson did revolutionize the point guard position.
He did, made it like flashy, made it interesting. Gave it a bit of flair.
I forgot about Pistol Pete.
We'll have him number 3.
Number 2. Dimos, number 2. I already know who it is. I want to hear you say it.
Number 2, I have Oh, you thought I was going to say that, did you? No. This is controversial. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of unsure, but I'm going to put Michael Jordan at number 2. So I think you know who.
So the king has dethroned Air Jordan.
I'll explain to you why MJ could be number 1. I think it's obvious. 6-time champion, 6-time Finals MVP, 5-time MVP, the clutchest player of all time. I was watching like an old Bulls game, and every time Jordan got the ball, like in the clutch, swish,
He was like he was whatever. Card 24/7.
Yeah, he was. He legit, he was, and he's just clutch. What else? He
Defensive
obviously
player of
an
the year.
amazing defender. Yeah, defender. MVP and defensive player of the year in the same year, which
10
I think,
times-
as we
10
said before,
times scoring
Did he win
champion as
every
well.
he won every
yeah,
single
it's crazy.
accolade you can get in basketball, didn't he?
Did he get rookie of the year?
Yeah, he won rookie of the year as well. All NBA.
Oh yeah, he
first
did. He
team,
averaged like
a lot of
That was
points.
crazy. He
26 or
averaged
something,
MVP
like, bro.
numbers in his rookie year.
Yeah,
How
so
can you
I feel
tell
bad.
me this man's not the GOAT, George? Give me a
No,
reason why
wait
LeBron's
till he gets
over
number one.
MJ.
Wait till he gets to number one. Wait till he gets.
We're gonna explain that later. I'll explain that later. I don't know. I could put him 1A and 1B if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Multiple goats,
But
but
it's
for
no,
video
but it's
purposes,
not. It's
for this purpose, we're gonna put MJ number 2.
number 2, MJ number 2.
Yes, and I'll explain why
I'm gonna
my number 1 is
I'm gonna go
a little bit
the
later.
opposite way, and I'm gonna say the King is number 2. You know, fortunately, you know, LeBron's got 3 championships, but he went into 9 straight, and he lost 6 of them.
But to be fair, when you dive into it, 2011, the only way you can blame him for is 2011.
I'm getting into that. I'll get into that.
How are you getting clamped up by JJ Barrera, my guy?
Yeah, that one you can't.
Bro, he came back from a 3-1 deficit against the greatest team of all time. That's 73
I have an argument there.
And 9.
Draymond Green.
What more do you want?
But
Draymond Green played game 6 and 7.
if Draymond Green doesn't get suspended, they don't win. I'm telling you.
How do you know?
Because
it's
momentum.
So how come they won game 6 and 7?
It's momentum. Game 5 is in Oakland.
You can't say.
No, Game 5 is in Oakland. Draymond Green.
Game 7 was in Oakland.
Game 7, Steph Curry turnover.
Game 7, Steph Curry was.
How do you know he could have done that in game? He could have done that in game 4.
Steph Curry choked game
bitched
7.
the whole series. That's all I'm gonna say. Bro, Steph.
Nah, bro, and it wasn't even him, bro. Kyrie dropped 41 as well.
Kyrie is a god for doing that on your number 6 or number 5.
The one thing I do hate
was Steph Curry.
What do I hate? That you're right, George. LeBron does get when it comes to LeBron, everyone always brings up his teammates. 2013, everyone forgets that LeBron scored 20 straight points in the fourth quarter. It was only that last shot he missed.
Look,
but Ray Allen did
the greatest thing that I could probably say for LeBron
that's cool. It's cool.
Is that what's his name? Shannon Sharp, is that his name? He said this thing where it's you know, if I had to choose between a man that can pass and is the third highest leading scorer of all time over someone that wasn't passed first and wanted to score and is the 5th greatest scorer of all time, you know who I'm choosing already. I think something along those lines.
But then,
you know, LeBron passes and he scores.
But then think
That's
about
the
it.
only reason that I could consider.
No, but think about it
all the time. But you know, I just like MJ.
Think about it. Michael Jordan, he retired 3rd all time, and then obviously Kobe and LeBron passed him. LeBron's already played more games than MJ has. MJ retired for those 2 years, which is 2 years out of his prime.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then also, think about how high did MJ get only playing 15 years in the league? MJ didn't come in the league at 18 like LeBron did, and hasn't played as many games as LeBron did. And obviously, it's I'm not obviously you still appreciate what LeBron did, especially 9 straight finals. And the only way you can blame on him is 2011. 2007? The fact that he dragged that bum-ass Cleveland team to the finals is an accomplishment. Same with 2018. I remember, George,
2018.
Every time
remember watching that?
Bro, how the hell did he beat the Pacers?
How did he beat the Celtics?
He just had Toronto's numbers. How did he beat the Celtics in Game 7 in Boston like he did, bro?
And did you see
the best
how
thing was
good
when
he played
he
as well?
slapped the Toronto Raptors because the
God,
Toronto Raptors they can't guard
it was just playing with them. He was playing.
The Raptors could never contain him.
Bro, it was in 4. That was a joke. That was
funny. The king of Game 7 as well.
And then obviously you have then he should have won Game 1. It should have been that Allen Iverson against the Lakers in 0-1.
How do you drop 51, 52 points? And he was clutch. He got. Did you see how good he was playing in the last minute?
No,
he did his free throws. He was getting the layups.
Yeah, but then the thing is, it's sort of I'm not. But then you have the ball, last seconds of the game. Steph Curry's guarding you. How the hell don't you just body him? Just put your shoulder and just get to the basket.
I guess, but George Hill had an open layup.
But then
layup.
That's the thing. That's the one thing I have against LeBron. Dude's clutch. But in moments like that, I know it's you have you can't trust guys like George. Moments like that, you just have to get the ball shoulder down. Especially like if it's Kevin Durant, I understand the pass, but it's Steph Curry. Steph Curry's like 6'3", you're 6'8",
But if you drive, someone could go play. Someone could just come out of nowhere, draw a charge, or come try and block it. You know what I mean? If someone has a wide open layup,
you draw the foul because Steph Curry's obviously gonna have to reach.
Yeah, but someone else could come. Like Draymond could have come and just play some help defense.
But
block. But you don't know. You don't know. And I would trust a wide open layup over LeBron shooting free throws, and I think he knows that as well.
In that moment, I'd rather LeBron take the last shot than George Hill. But then at the same time, you're right. If LeBron gets blocked or misses, then people are like, "Oh, why didn't he pass it?" So it's a lose-lose situation at the end of the day.
Either way, if it doesn't end up working, then.
But and then so what else can you say? Like that's why I like LeBron second all time for me.
Yeah, fair enough. But so me and Tark obviously got MJ number one, and George has got LeBron number one. So George, give your reasoning for why LeBron's number one.
Well, first of all, people always the one thing that people put against LeBron is his finals record. And if you're comparing LeBron and Jordan, what do they say?
6-0
finals record. Now, I just want to go quickly. I won't take too long. Just through all of his finals losses. So, and I want you guys to tell me which one of those finals could have MJ won. So, 2007, he was facing an amazing team, had no stars on his team against like an all-time team in the Spurs.
Yeah,
I don't know if MJ could have won that. 2011, I can't defend that. He played horrible. He choked. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
2014, LeBron averages 28 points a game on 52% from three, and over 50. I think it was 57% from the field. Those are amazing numbers. 52% from three.
Yeah, it was a great Spurs team.
It was, and Wade averaged 15 points a game. Bosch averaged 14.
But then Wade
at that point, one of the greatest teams of all time.
At that point, Wade was on the down.
Exactly. LeBron had an amazing series, and they lose. 2015, we know what happened. Kyrie and Love got injured, so it was pretty much LeBron, Daly, and Mozgov versus Curry, Clay, Draymond, who were very good. I don't think you guys would think MJ could have won that.
No.
And 2017, he averages a 34-point triple-double in the finals, shooting 56% from the field, 39% from three. And he's facing one of the greatest teams ever, because the Warriors in their 2017 were better in 2018. They were better than they were in 2018.
Oh, yeah, and they had a better bench than they did in 2018.
They did, and they were amazing. So you can argue like MJ maybe couldn't have won that. And then 2018, I'm just J.R. Smith. That's all I have to say.
But then
I think that just explains enough.
At the same time, like the finals that MJ, he wasn't playing bums, right? 91, he was playing. Remember, he had to get past the bad boy Pistons in the Eastern Conference. 91, he's going against Magic Johnson. 92, going against Clyde Drexler and those Portland Trail Blazers. 93, who did I get in 93? I can't remember now.
Was it Phoenix?
Was it Phoenix? Yeah, it was Phoenix with Charles Barkley. And then 96. I know what was it 98?
Sonics, I think.
Yeah, 96 Sonics, and you've got
the Jazz.
And then they got the Jazz. Like you got Karl Malone and John Stockton, who are all-time greats. Charles Barkley, all-time great. Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard of all time. It's like LeBron, like Magic Johnson had his work cut out for him. Obviously, he had Scottie Pippen, but then
I'm sorry, but I don't think any of those teams are as good as the Warriors.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not as good as the Warriors were with KD.
That's fair enough.
You can't argue that.
But then,
go on.
I was gonna, other than finals though, like LeBron regular season, Michael Jordan has a lot over LeBron. Like just on the offensive end, on the defensive end. Defensive end, you obviously want Jordan over LeBron.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But 2013, a lot of people say LeBron should have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Who won it? Was it Marc Gasol? Yeah, Marc Gasol.
Yeah, and he didn't even make first team all defense, Marc Gasol. He won Defensive Player of the Year.
How did that even happen, though?
Yeah, and LeBron finished second. So obviously I won't use that as an accolade, but you could have said he could have won it there.
Yeah.
And when people said Ray Allen saved his legacy, I think you spoke about this before. LeBron scored 16 points in the fourth, and they were down by 10. Yeah, so he just brought him right back into the game.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's context. No one wants to apply the context when it comes to LeBron. It's like LeBron
I'll agree.
Carried them
That's
back.
true. That's true.
And I'll agree in that last quarter. He kind of towards the end of the game he kind of choked. He missed a couple of shots, but they wouldn't have even been in that position if he didn't score 16. And if you watch that last quarter, you'll be like,
no, yeah.
Like he was killing it.
I heard a thing that apparently they had already started like rolling out the champagne and stuff for the Spurs.
Really?
Yeah, they were
yeah.
Because remember, that game, Heat fans were leaving. Like they were leaving and the seats starting to get empty. And apparently when they heard that it was going to overtime, people were trying to come back.
They all came back.
But then
were they allowed to come back?
No, you're not allowed to come back in.
Oh, that's so
they're
lucky.
just like standing outside. But then I heard like they were already like rolling down like everything out for the Spurs and stuff. And then like obviously everything happened and they're like, oh, shit, they gotta take everything back.
So yeah.
And also one more point. Before Scottie Pippen came, MJ was 1-9 in the playoffs. While LeBron went to the finals twice without any talent around him.
Fair enough.
But it was like
if you give both players no talent.
He was going great.
LeBron went against the Pistons. LeBron went against the Pistons in like 05 and that.
That was good. I remember that. That playoff series was sick. I mean, I remember I've seen it. That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, like scored 29 of their last points or something.
Balling. But yeah, all right. So I can agree. LeBron 1B, Magic 1. Magic. Michael Jordan 1A for me though.
That's our top 10 list, guys. If you guys want to add anything or have any arguments to, counteract what we were saying, make sure you. How can they leave? Like a comment? Is there a comment section?
Because this will be on YouTube. So make sure you check out TGT. It's TGT on YouTube. Check out everything will be in the description, even if you're listening on Spotify. So check out our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, our Reddit. And if you guys want to there's going to be no sports. We're just going to be having discussions like this. So if you guys want to be on a future episode or would just like to add something, leave a question. Yeah. So send us a DM or even just like send me or Para or George a DM and we'll make sure to get back to you. If you want to join one day
on a special topic, maybe we'll consider it.
They can, bro.
We'll definitely get on, bro. Everyone is welcome to join. Everyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome. It'll be good discussions. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Catch you on the flip side.
But yeah. Catch you on the flip side. All right.
Cut it there.